Yeah. The second one. Of course.
Hey, Joel, is everything okay with your eye there?
I mean, how did the glasses look?
They look cool.
Look good? All
They
right,
look good.
then we're all
like,
good.
Like the Matrix.
Yeah, we're all good. Someone said Men in Black, so yeah, I'm all right.
Hey, it was after the game on the floor. You told the crowd that if you show up, I will put on a show. Just by that, you meant what? What did you mean by that?
Oh, like, I think I tried to say we put on a show because we definitely did. I talk faster sometimes, like it's not heard.
I don't know what you meant,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think for us, like we love these moments of being able to be home. We were so excited to just sleep in our beds. We had a lot of energy, some practice time, and be able to come out there and play with this energy. We talked about it all week, of just like joy and playing with this joy, and that's what we want to play with. And regardless of what's going on, I feel like this team, we have the same joy in practice. We have it in pickup, whatever it is, and that's what you want. You want people to see the game for what it is. And I think when we play like that, it's a purity to the game of basketball, and that's what the show is the purity of basketball.
Then just for like you personally, just these past few days, just how did you sort of pop out of this, whatever you want to call it? Like we sort of talked before the game that you like to unplug, go for hikes, spend time with your dogs, things of that nature. Just the things that you did.
I mean, I slept in my own bed for more than 1 hour one day. Got some treatment, and honestly, a lot of it comes from just teammates continuing to just tell me to keep shooting. I felt good. I felt good before. It's just sometimes they just don't go in. So, besides just shooting, I know I'm able to do other things, and that's what I lean on to is just being able to, defend, rebound, whatever it is. But I think it was probably just being able to be home and know the comfort of that, and shots going.
Jeff, do I need to hold it to one question? Because last time I got in trouble. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Nneka, for you, it felt very physical down in the post today, and Leah Boston is obviously a terrific player. Could you just speak to sort of the physicality down there and how you played with that, and how you seem to disrupt Aaliyah Boston and get her off her groove?
I mean, I really try my best to understand, the type of players that are coming in the front court, and then also, I guess focusing in on the scheme and seeing how I can be effective on both ends of the floor. Aaliyah, she's young and she's very talented, but she's also very physical. And so that's something that for 40 minutes can really wear on you. So I was just trying my best to just make her think about her moves, like maybe not necessarily bang the whole time, but get her thinking here and there about her moves, staying loose on my feet. When she has leverage on you, it's very difficult to stop her. And just really trying my best not to foul. Yeah.
And then Jordan got her second start of the season. Could you just speak about sort of the defensive activity that she brings, and also sort of maybe the maturity and poise that you're seeing a bit more from her this season?
Oh man. So she's one of my accountability partners, and it's really been fun getting to know her. She has so much passion and so much, she has just so much consideration for what she does, and she fears failing, but I'm trying to help her flip that into, understanding her confidence and knowing how she can succeed. And she's shown a lot of maturity in her obviously having different positions, whether it's starting, coming up the bench, playing the 3, playing the 4, mostly the 3 this year. I only played against her last year, and I know she was at the 4 a little bit, but I also know that last year, because of the nature of the season, she had a lot of experience on the court. And I think that really helps, just ensuring that she has her confidence, because she's not only capable, she's like the future of this team. And it's really fun to be able to play with her and see how she evolves every game.
Juwel, before the homestand started, you guys had played 10 road games and only 5 home games. Now that you have this 9-game homestand, and obviously like with the crowd tonight, how important is it to take advantage of that?
It's very important. I think it's just important for us to just find other ways to rest our bodies. You know how much traveling kind of taxes that, and knowing that we could get more reps, more practice time, just things like that. But also, you want to kind of, get some wins before the break, right? You want to get into a rhythm, and every game is super important. We know how tough it is to win in this league and how important it is to protect home court. And so that's, we take that seriously, and we want to make sure that we're showing up for our fans correctly and doing the right things, and, playing to the standard of ourselves.
And then NECA, the Fever outscored you guys in the third period, cut it to single digits going into the fourth. You guys start the fourth on a 9-0 run. Just kind of talk about what you saw from that.
Yeah, I mean, this team isn't the same team that we saw in the beginning of the season. And so we had to make sure that we were always setting, if not exceeding, the tone of the game. And they had moments when they capitalized. They had some really good input from their bench play. And we just needed to make sure that we stopped who we planned to stop, and also that others weren't factors, and they were able to capitalize on some people coming in and making plays. But I think we did a really good job of continuing to just, make every possession a defensive possession, whether it's getting deflections, one stop and go. I think we just really locked in on making it difficult for them to get into their actions ultimately in the end.
Juwel, I was wondering, when you got popped in the face and you had to take the free throws, but otherwise you wouldn't have been able to return to the game.
Yeah.
Could you have shot the free throws with your eyes closed? I was wondering.
Probably. Probably.
I think she could, right? Have you
Yeah.
ever practiced that?
I mean, yeah, but like not
You
in
practice that
game.
for real?
Yeah, like horse and things
Oh,
like that.
horse. Okay,
like
okay,
constantly doing things like that. I mean,
No, I keep both of my eyes open.
you never know.
You know me, I'm all about, I gotta see it. You don't need to see it.
I mean, I don't know how I don't know how I made those because it was not straight.
It doesn't matter. They went in.
And I was like sub immediately. Yeah, I don't know.
They went in.
Good question.
Have you practiced before with your eyes shut? A free throw is what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
Clearly.
yeah. I mean, I have. Yeah,
Clearly.
And I was not surprised that you made them. I thought you might just shut them on purpose, like Jordan.
man. I'm not that bold. I am not that bold.
And then for you guys defensively, it feels like you guys have turned the corner. You're number one in steals, number one in blocks. But today, I mean, I don't know if you could speak to Skylar and Jordan and chasing around all those screens all night long. And then you guys on the backside when they push them to you, just what is it right now defensively you guys are super proud of?
Man, I mean, just the team defense, and also, taking pride in one-on-one D. I think that that's something that's really changed for us in the last couple of games. We have schemes and we have ways that we want to, make a team score or get a stop. But it really, at the end of the day, if you can't guard your person, none of that is really going to work. And as you said, we see Sky locking up. We see Jordan doing her thing, and we see Juwel on the backside really just making it very difficult for the second and third option. And Ezzy and I, out of the starting five, we just try our best to kind of be the closers. And I see us continuing to build in that way. And I think I also see us, like not overcomplicating defense. I think sometimes it's really just a mentality.
Let's take a question from Zoom. Christian, go ahead.
Hey, Joy, 34 points, 3 points shy of your career high. A lot of several of these games, people have came in and said, whether it's a shooting slump, whatever you want to call it, your teammates have had your back on the court and off the court. They just want you to keep shooting the ball. They believe in your efforts. And clearly, like tonight, we see that coach has said the same thing. She's seen this time and time again. You come out of these things. Just knowing you have your support of your team, what does that mean to you coming to games like this?
That's super important. These are the people that you go to war with. And regardless if it's just making shots, they got to be able to trust that you're going to just be present and show up regardless. And I think that's what we all have, the confidence in each other that regardless of what's working, what's not working, that we're going to fight. We're not going to quit and give up and just make it about ourselves. It's about all of us. So the fact that my teammates have constantly just had my back and allowing me to kind of work through it and be patient with myself and give myself grace. But yeah, I mean, it's not just me, it's everyone. And we would do the same for anyone else on this team. It's not just me. So it's nice to see the ball go in the basket, but I know it's just not just because of me. It's the energy that I receive from my teammates and everyone else.
And that for you, 11 points, 10 rebounds. It is your fourth double-double of the season and 105th of your career, fifth most in WNBA history. I'm not sure if you knew that already.
No, I didn't.
Well,
But thank you.
yeah. I'm just wondering, like, what's your secret to success? Without giving up too much,
I mean, it's not really a secret, you know. It's just being disciplined. I mean, honestly, just having a mentality of having like an expansive mentality. Like for me, I really throughout my career, I really fought through doubting whether or not I'm capable. And I've had a lot of vets, I've had a lot of teammates, I have had a lot of coaches that have kind of dissembled that. And so I know what I'm capable of. I know that I'm out here for a reason. And my goal is to always be great and make my teammates great. And that's just kind of how I always play. And I mean, you know, at this point, I say it all the time, efficiency is like my thing. So I try my best to be an efficient player on both ends of the court so that I'm not a liability to my teammates.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
It was, and now it's a song.
All right. Go ahead and get started, Percy. Fire away. Got about 5 minutes here.
Okay, hey coach, what impressed you the most about your team?
Forcing 22 turnovers, getting generating 27 points off of that. Our connectivity, our attention to the detail of the scout, being in space with Clark. I know she got some tough shots made, but I thought that a lot of what we did, we made it difficult for them. I liked our focus.
And then you said to, in terms of with Juwel and just, sort of these past few games of her, you said to just be patient and
Yeah.
to stay the course.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on her games tonight?
I've played with Juwel. I'm now coaching her, and I've seen it time and time again. And we talk about the law of averages, and we talk about someone who continues to work on her craft at a high level and it stays the course. We knew it was coming, and when it comes in a storm, in a barrage, and we know that she can rattle off points. Today I thought that she was reading the game really well, and then when she gets in the flow, we talked about how she's unstoppable. But it's, I've been a part of some great moments with her, and it's remnants of, what I've seen from her time and time again. So yeah, it's about being patient. It's about putting the work in, and the game rewards you when you do that.
Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like you sort of switched between having Skylar and Jordan as the primary defender on Caitlin today. Could you just sort of explain the thought process behind that?
Yeah, I mean, you get a different type of guard or a matchup, right? So Skylar will hawk you full court. Jordan uses her length and her athleticism. Skylar she's a sharp basketball player, so she plays tendency and scout coverage, and Jordan uses her instincts. So a different type of defender, but nonetheless dog defenders, and staying in her space and not afraid to get up and pressure the ball. And we wanted to keep one of those two matchups on Caitlin.
And then sort of continuing off of that, Jordan got her second start in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You had said after the last game that part of the reason she started was because you wanted her matched up on Bonner. Just wondering why she started today and if you are envisioning that continuing.
I wanted her matched up on Mitchell. That was also a tough matchup, and the ability for her to be on the floor, and Skylar does so much for us for the entirety of the game, whether it's offense and defense, and what that does is allows another defender on the court to not give her a break, but change that matchup so she's not expending all of her energy early. It just gives us a lot of versatility.
Coach, Nneka was in here earlier, and she talked about discipline in her game. I know discipline's a big word to you. What have you seen from her and maybe embodying that word?
Discipline is a word that we're using in basketball, but Nneka embodies it in life. Discipline in the way she approaches the game, obviously, but the way she approaches, her work ethic, the way she approaches, her presidency, so to speak, for the league, the way she approaches relationships, like all of these things that she's we talk about dangerously discipline. She embodies it more than just on the basketball court. But as it relates to the basketball, the work that she puts in, the leadership that she takes accountability for, she's showing us why she's elite, and she's showing, you know, a player like Jordan what it takes to have sustainability in this league. It's not just about putting numbers on the board. It's about what you do defensively. It's about being a great teammate, and you know, we're so blessed to have her here.
Coach Caitlin was saying when she'd be coming off ball screens, you guys blitz her to the point where she really had no choice but to give up the ball most of the time.
Yeah.
Is that the goal, to get it out of her hands?
Usually, is it hot in here? I'm sweating. Just making sure. Yeah, usually, you know, that's the premise of our blitzes, right? Is about making other players be playmakers. But what I thought she was doing really well is giving it up early, and so our blitzes were becoming, you know, obsolete because, you know, they're getting us on the backside of things. And so, yeah, you know, that's how we started the game, but we had to adjust as the game adjusted, and still we played in her space. And because she started off assisting so much or giving up that ball so much, it took away her aggressive level as well.
Coach, they outscored you in the third period, cut it to single digits. You guys start the fourth quarter on a 9-0 run, kind of put the game away. Just what did you see from your team?
We talked about it at the end of the third, and, you know, I knew I was kind of tight with my timeouts, and I didn't use one because of that in the third to stop that. But we just talked about starting the fourth. You know, we didn't actually get the offensive possession, but just score, stop, score. It didn't end up like that, but what it was we executed. I think we were locked in to what we needed to accomplish in that time frame, knowing that the game could go either way. In Indiana, there was a slight lull in which they made another run, and obviously our lead was big enough to have it not affect us. But it's just like in those moments, for this team to go from an okay team to a good team to a great team, is those moments that we have to really lock into. And I thought they did an excellent job of that in that run.
And then prior to this 9-game homestand, you guys had played 10 road games, just 5 home games. Obviously, huge crowd tonight. Talk about the crowd experience tonight, but also just all the benefits of kind of having this lengthy homestand.
Yeah, I thought the crowd was amazing. Before the game, they were cheering for Indiana, I feel like, more than us on the intros. But it's great for women's basketball to have new eyes on the game, to have, you know, a lot more fans, and we're continuing to grow the game in a major way. And so it's good to, you know, play well in front of our fans who support us through the good and the bad, and it feels good to be at home through this stretch. I talked to the team about being at home breeds a little bit of comfort, but it's not about just like acquiescing to the comfort. It's about staying disciplined still, staying focused still, get your regimen in, and, you know, the things. It's about the efficiency of being at home and not just only the comfort of it, but it's a stretch where we know that we can really, you know, all these games are very winnable, and so it's important that we stack days and get better. And because we've been on the road for so long, the adversity that we've had, I think we've grown in a major way, and that will continue to help us in this home stretch.
I'm trying to take one from Christian on Zoom. Christian,
Go ahead.
All right, Coach,
Yeah.
thanks so much.
Good.
And we'll see you on Saturday.
Coach, what happened with Jordan at the end there?
Just a Charlie Hurst.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she's.
Thank you.